Right, so I am in Yellowwood State Forest, southern Indiana. This is a nice quiet area. A couple miles down the street is Brown County State Park. They have amazing overlooks. I think probably one of the best outlooks in the state. But we're at Yellowwood State Forest. We're just doing a day hike of the lake trail. The lake trail is about 4.5 miles, so should be a nice. It's a little cold. I thought it when they say high is going to get in the high 50s. That means in the afternoon, not in the morning. It's around like 31 degrees right now. A little cold. Definitely cold to where you can see the frost on the ground and on all the leaves. That sign back there that says the Tecumseh Trail. I really want to do that trail. It's about 45 plus miles. If you've done that trail, send a comment below, because I'm thinking about doing it maybe this spring. I've looked into it. I think me and the wife might try and do it this coming spring. Seems like a fun little through hike. Maybe 3 or 4 days. Last time we hiked this trail, we started over where the campground is, and I decided to start on this side because on that side you instantly cross the stream, and then you go up a huge hill. So I decided I'm gonna park over where the parking lot and stuff is on the opposite side where Jackson Creek and all that is, and hike around it and go down that big ass hill. So my car is right over there. Don't know if you can see it. You know, you don't have to go on crazy solo backpacking trips to feel good or to escape. Sometimes just a nice little 4 or 5 mile day hike alone in the woods does the trick. At least it does it for me. I hike all the time, almost every weekend. Almost. It's been a little too cold lately. You can definitely tell where the beavers kind of chewed this tree down. Now it finally split and is into the water. There are a ton of trees around here where beavers have just chewed their way through them, and it looks like right here where DNR has come out and actually cut that tree down. Definitely safe to just cut them down, because like this one just fell. What if somebody was standing right there when it fell? Hope it never happens to me. From what I remember, this used to be federal land, and then it was leased to Indiana in the 40s. I think that's right. You might want to fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. And then when they ended up getting the land, there was like nothing here, and it was eroded. And then they planted like 2,000 pine trees or something crazy. And now we have Yellowwood State Forest. That is a big tree, man. Look at that, all the way down. They actually had to cut it for the trail there. I wonder what kind of noise that made when it finally went. Just. But if a tree falls in a forest, does it really make a sound? I had a science teacher tell us that it only makes a sound if those sound waves are heard. So if no one is around to hear it, it wouldn't make a sound. I don't know. That was back in high school, and that was a long time ago, so I didn't pay attention well in school, so I might be butchering that. So don't quote me on it, but I feel like that's what he said. So the second time we camped here and decided to hike the lake trail, we got about a mile in and a couple was like, don't go any further. There's rattlesnakes, copperheads everywhere, all along the trail. So we decided to turn back, go over to the other side and hang out. Doesn't seem like a big deal to most, but I am terrified. I mean, terrified of snakes, whether they're poisonous or not. I just don't like them. Don't know why. Don't know why. When you get in the zone, and you just are looking at the ground, thoughts are rolling around, you're thinking about this and that, and you're just moving, you can cover some ground very, very quickly. I can't believe I'm already to the dam. You can see the dam is right there. Look how steady and calm that water is. Besides the truck beeping, it's gonna be a good spot. Have a little snack. Got mangoes, dried mangoes. These are mango chips, not dried mangoes. These are pretty good. They're really crunchy though. I got these from the Dollar Tree. These are really good. Did you know the Dollar Tree sells beef jerky? Not very much, or 0.9 ounces for $1. So I messed up though. I grabbed the bag that's not resealable. Pretty good. Trail's best original beef jerky. Not a sponsor. Sometimes this is all you need right here. Just come out, sit by the lake, and eat some beef jerky. So this is the hill I was talking about. I happen to come down here. But I think since I have to cross a little stream over there, I'm just gonna take this down and then cross down that way. Got some layers shedded here. Feeling good. Let's head out. Crazy that this is a man-made lake. And this grass is thick. It's like hay. Probably should have went the way you're supposed to go, down over there. Definitely the lowest I've seen this stream before. Usually it's a lot more difficult to cross. I wouldn't say difficult, but definitely got to watch your footing a little more carefully. Crazy, I've already walked from over there all the way through there, through the dam, back here, and now we're here. So I decided to skip the trail that goes along this way. It actually leads to the campgrounds over here, and I know that because we camp at the far end. So if you take where like the horse camp is and bypass the horse camp, you'll come down a little stretch over here of about 5 or 6 campsites. Never have any problems there. No raccoons, no nothing. It's quiet. It's awesome. This little road here, and the campsite is right about there. This is where the trail gets a little weird because you got to walk the road and then cross the road to cross like the main road coming in and get into the trail on that side, and then you go in and out, and then you come back out onto the road, and you're basically walking on the road or the picnic area on the way back to your car. So last time we parked over here in this parking lot and went that way, and you hit that hill first go. So I decided not to do that this time, to go this way and come down that hill. If you wanted to, you could just hike the road all the way back. I mean, the road is literally right there. So the road is a lot harder on your feet though, that I've noticed, especially in like hiking shoes. If you have some like Jordans on or something, or some like basketball shoes, you're gonna have a little more comfort. It's so quiet. So quiet. There's nothing like being in nature and hearing a chainsaw go at it on some trees. I'm glad I shedded some layers back at the dam because I'm very comfortable right now. I was sweating a little too much over there. So when you come on to this side of the trail, you'll have these hints of histories here. And basically saying what type of trees they are. Imagine this area with no trees. Nice little informational facts like that. So like the hints of history right here. So this one at the bottom, it says the pine trees that surround you were planted to slow the soil erosion from the abandoned fields. Today we are trying to locate the old home sites to protect the cultural history of the forest. So what happened is in the 1800s, settlers cleared the ridge tops and valleys for agriculture. Additional trees were removed from hillsides to provide lumber and railroad ties for a growing population. By the early 1900s, settlers were deserting their farms due to crop failure. And there are a bunch of those around, so definitely check them out and read and learn. There's another sign there that's saying overlooking here is all the hardwood that was planted years ago. I don't know what it is, but man, look at these. Right there. I love nice, tall pine trees. They just give me a feeling of like comfort. Like when I see pine needles all over the place, that's where I want to camp. That's where I want to set up camp and feel like pine needles and dried up pine needles and the smell of pine. They just put me in a zen mode. Don't know what it is. I enjoy it a lot. So if you're wanting to learn some trees, they got these marked here, which is really cool. So like this is shagbark hickory, and you can tell because it's very shag, and the tree will actually like flake like that all the way up. I've started a fire with that type of wood before. I want to say it was southern Indiana, like super southern. That was a long time ago though, but that stuff works really well. And then we have sugar maple, we have white ash, we have bitter nut hickory, and then white oak. And then you got this red oak here. Looks like a solid tree. Right next to a non-solid tree. There is American beech. Great fire tinder to start a fire with. Trail on. Really excited. Got a post-hike meal. I won't call it a meal. Call it a snack. Really good snack. Forgot about all these up and down, like switchback things on this side of the trail. Got me breathing a little heavy. Just tell me what you want. There's the lake. We are officially done with the trail. We have to follow the road along. So the trail comes out right there. And we follow the road all the way around. And there's a picnic table that goes out to the water a little bit. If there's nobody there, I want to sit down and enjoy my post-hike meal. Not a meal, snack. And then drink some water. Kind of thirsty. Water doesn't taste good until you've been on a long hike. And then you just chug it. Ooh, it looks open. It looks open. Right over there. All right. That's where we're headed. I should have went to that picnic table right there, but this one will do. My post-hike snack. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. A Milky Way. These things are so good. Oh. Milky Way and a view. It was a little cold at the start, but man, it is perfect out right now. Just perfect. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. So I've camped at Yellowwood many times over the years, and honestly, it's definitely a lot more quiet than say Brown County State Park that's down the road. Even on like holiday weekends, I've never had an issue getting a camp spot at Yellowwood. Even when Brown County is completely full, we can just drive down to Yellowwood. It's definitely another great option if you live in Indiana or if you're camping in Indiana. Just be wary, it is all primitive sites, so no RVs or anything like that. They do offer wood that you can buy, I think for about $5, and last time we got it, they give you a really good amount of wood for $5, like better than any place I've ever been. Definitely check Yellowwood out. Again, please consider liking and subscribing, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.